Hello stars, and welcome to another FOAMSTARS video. And today in this video, I want to go over the top 5 characters that was in the FOAMSTARS open beta. Now, if you didn't know, there was a FOAMSTARS open beta that was late last year. I did do like an update about it. I made videos on it. If you want to see any one of them, is right there. Go look on the page. But I want to go over the top 5 characters that are the easiest kind of to play, so that way when FOAMSTARS comes out, you have an idea for who to start off with and who to roll with. And number 5 on my list, which a few people that I've played with will be surprised, I will say Melty. Melty, the reason why I say Melty, I feel like compared to a lot of the other characters, Melty is decently easy to play. But she's not the most easiest to play compared to like a few other people on this list, so this is why Melty is placed at number 5. Melty uses a rocket launcher as her primary fire weapon, and it's just a whole bunch of a hassle, but it does lock on to the person, but it only continues going in a straight line, as you see here. It still goes in that straight line, it just shows you what you're shooting at, and it was like do a slight turn, but not fast enough. If somebody managed to dodge it, it would not chase them across the map. And coming up to number 4 here, we have Ravebreaker. With Ravebreaker, I will also do Slash the Baristador because they are almost the same person with their primary fire, but the reason why Ravebreaker is up here besides the Baristador, he's just an honorary mention, sorry. I feel like Ravebreaker is a lot more easier and a lot more, I don't know how to say it, I guess more compelling to play, more easier to play for like a beginner of the game. Like right when you're logging on, I would fully say go with Ravebreaker. Ravebreaker has traps that you can place with his moles. You can kind of place inside the foam, and then also you can dive in to kind of jump out at your opponents. So it's a good getaway and everything as well. So also with Ravebreaker's ult, it cleans up the whole area of effect around, so Ravebreaker, pretty easy, pretty self-explanatory as well, which I feel like is very good for beginners. Now we're coming up to number 3, which I was a little skeptical putting number 3 here, so a lot of people may not agree with me right here, but I feel like Agito would probably be the 3rd best to play for a beginner. Now, Agito uses a shotgun type weapon. Now, with this, that means that you will have to be close range, but Agito does have ways to approach people with his throwing star, which leaves a full-on foam trail behind it, and at the very end of that throwing star, if you manage to reach it at the very end, it will give you a jump boost kind of towards. So I just wanted to mention that. I will probably do a tutorial for every single character. I have that video stored, but I was really debating on how I wanted to post that. I just wanted to let everybody know. Also, Agito does have his kind of shark ability where he goes into the foam, turns into a shark. He can pop out at any given moment to attack, but I think you're only able to be in there for 3 to 4 seconds. If I'm wrong, I'll probably put a timer on the screen. But coming up at number 2, which almost was number 1, I'll say Soa. Now the reason why I'm saying Soa, now I feel like Soa would have been the number 1 spot, but I feel like Soa is slightly more difficult than what's on the number 1 spot. So here with Soa, if you use her jump bubble ability, I don't know what is fully called off the top of my head, but if you use this ability, you are able to go in any given direction. and shoot out bubbles, well, shoot out foam to be able to attack your opponent and also dodge in a direction at the same time. So that I feel like is a very viable option for her. And then she also can throw out Spiky, which is a bomb spike ball. A spiky hedgehog that she can throw out, that she can just have out on the field. It does not stay there. It stays for about 3 seconds, and then it kind of lets you know that when it's gonna go off. You'll see it start blinking and everything. Once it goes off, it will leave a foam explosion around it, which I feel like is very visually cool to see. But compared to the #1 spot, this is why Soa is put right here on the list. Now, moving on to #1, which is being Penguin. Now, I put Penguin here because I feel like Penguin would probably be the one that a lot more people are familiar with, being that she's more of a like straight on shooter character, so how like Soldier 76 is in Overwatch, and how like pretty much how Call of Duty is, but more third person, kind of like how like Fortnite is. So the reason why I put her here is because I feel like she is very easy to play and very like able to just be straight on the field, and I feel like you get hang of her like easier than most of the other people on this list. Obviously, if you don't agree with my list when the game comes out, or if you've played the open beta, let me know down in the comment section below of what you all think. But here, this is my list. I feel like Penguin is is the easiest to play overall. She does have her rapid fire, where she shoots out the foam directly in one straight direction, and then she can also throw out a King Penguin as her ult, or I'm sorry, Superstar special. She can throw out a giant penguin at the end of it, and then she can also throw out like a smaller penguin to kind of leave her like a foam trail for she can surf on, or just make it for she has a trail to escape. But I do feel like Penguin meets that #1 criteria of overall. Honorable mentions to one that almost made it into #5, I will not lie, like was gonna be Knockerz, but the only reason why I didn't put Knockerz in as a #5 spot is because I feel like Knockerz was a little bit more of a harder person to play. She has more of a charge shot of a fire, and she also has a regular shot to shoot between her burst fire and her hold fire. So this is one reason why Knockerz was not on the list. There were like a few other people, but these are my top 5. Knockerz I just wanted to mention because she was very, very close on the list. But honestly, if you guys did enjoy watching, let me know down in the comment sections below. Leave a like, do all that YouTube stuff, and as always, it's a new year. I'm going to attempt to post more, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Goodbye!